bars in a rave. Man, I go hard like Santan.
Hello and welcome to another Touchline Gunners podcast. It's your boy Dankoogs on hosting duty today, and this is going to be a very happy pod, I predict, based on some of the latest developments in the Arsenal world. So I'm joined today by Mr. Sushi. You're off mute. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm very well, man. You know, people thought they could dunk on my head. They were preparing briefings on my head, were asking me lines of questions. I was like, all right, I'm gonna sit back. You know me. I sit back. I'll wait for my moment. I don't shoot my gun too early, man. I don't shoot it too early. I'll shoot it when I know the target is within sight. And it fucking is right now, bro. I'm gonna kill me someone, bro.
Hey, what an intro.
Oh my goodness, yeah, and the voice you just heard there, listeners, was also Mr. Shabs, the Hood Solicitor. How you doing, my guy?
Oh my God, is that now saying God
he from heaven
Never,
above.
Hey, you don't see. Listen, we're gonna get into it, but I know you man saw what I said in the chat, and then 45 minutes later, Ornstein Bomba. Come on, man. God heard me, and God doesn't let his children down.
Fam, you see, you're singing some songs there, Shabs, yeah? Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say.
Jehovah
turn my life around. Jehovah turn my life around. He makes a way where there is no way. Jehovah has the final say.
Brother, we can't listen. I need to go Eze's mum's church this Sunday for Thanksgiving service, bro.
Gunners, man. This is praise and worship.
Yeah, calm. Listen, I need to go Eze's mum's church this Sunday. In fact, fuck that, bro. I need to go. We go Eden tonight, bro. Bring the Azul. I am loaded.
100, man.
Honestly, that song just encapsulates how this evening has transpired for me, to be honest, man, because this day, it started off crazy, yeah, with the Havertz news. I think probably talk about, him doing a serious knee injury, unconfirmed reports as to what kind of injury that was. And
when it the Trossard news first?
Oh yeah, flipping out. Was that today? Was that yesterday?
Yesterday, that was yesterday.
Oh, was it yesterday?
Yeah. So
it was all
yeah.
One,
but you know what, Shabs, you're right, because it actually did start from the Trossard news yesterday. Gunner blog. I don't know what his deal is with the club, but
The bearer of bad news, Gunner blog.
bro, it's literally like he's agreed to be the Grim Reaper for Arsenal fans. Yeah, so like every single briefing this guy does, it's got to be bad news. Good cop, bad cop, right? And I don't know what kind of box they've set him up with at the club, but him and Sammy Mockbell, yin and yang, he ain't said a word.
Has it? Yeah, I was gonna say, has it even tweeted tonight?
Nope.
It's just retweeting. What a punk.
Bro, so this guy, he only wants to put out negative stuff, yeah. But yeah, the Trossard contract came out. And do you know what? Let's start there. We'll get into some other stuff. We'll start there. So Shabs, right? I want you to talk me through your initial reaction to the Trossard contract announcement. And then in light of what we know about Havertz, let's think that through as well.
Oh yeah, I said fuck this club, man. Fuck this. And you know what's mad is that I'm the one in the group chat trying to govern peace and balance and objectivity in it, and I'm there to say to man, you might just need to chill out. Like, just let's wait. Let's just see how this plays out. It's disappointing, but blah blah blah. When that Trossard news dropped, I said, "Nah, man, fuck these man. I'm sick and tired. I've had enough. I've had an absolute enough. I was fuming. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was fuming. I don't really understand the business sense behind the deal. It seems like we're honoring some sort of gentleman's agreement, the type that Isak wished for himself. But yeah, man, I was absolutely fuming, man. You're not extending terms. You are basically giving this guy more money. That decentivizes him to actually leave the club of his own accord, and it also kind of just solidifies the fact that we're going to keep him. That's my mind state, which minimizes any kind of potential for any kind of transfer happening. That was my mentality hearing that news. I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming.
And then now we know sort of the Havertz injury stuff, right? So like, I think for me, it contextualizes it quite a bit more, to be honest, because I think fundamentally what the club has done is said that, look, Trossard, well, they were probably happy to see him go, right? And I think if they had done that, it probably looks like they would have moved for Eze had Trossard left. But given that Havertz is out for a long period of time, now it looks like they said, all right, where can we, fill a body? Where can we get a body in? And it looks like they're saying, Trossard, we like you more centrally, and we can fill that left wing spot with someone with similar Trossard-ish type skills, but with higher levels of quality, right? So, I personally think it makes complete sense now, knowing everything that we know. I don't think Eze is going to be on the craziest of wages either, right? So balance of probabilities, I think this is probably the best deal that they could have done, the best combination of deals that they could have done, knowing that Havertz is going down, right? Because Sushi, I'll bring you in on this conversation. What alternative is there really than this? Because you're talking about someone like Rodrigo, you're going to have to pay close to 70, 80, 90 million. And then he's on, close to 300 grand a week when you've already got Havertz and Jesus long-term injuries on 250 plus each. And then you sign in another striker on top of those two in Gyökeres. So to me, I think financially, it all actually transpires. And maybe if you announce the Eze deal first and then the Trossard extension, or maybe you say Havertz injured, Eze announcement, Trossard extension, people probably be a lot more understanding. But the way all this news was dropping, bro, my head was hot as well. I can't lie to you. And so, Sushi, let's get your thoughts on that topic.
So yeah, I think I agree with the sequencing. I think the Trossard renewal is linked to the fact that they've moved him centrally. I think, and we don't know what would have happened if Eze would have actually signed for Spurs, or if we would have sold Trossard. But my thinking was the whole time that Trossard is the piece that needs to move for Eze to come, and they wanted that to happen. Trossard had a number of interested clubs.
Hey, yo.
They don't know, hey, yo.
Sorry, brother. I'm being immature, but carry on. That was crazy.
Is the piece that needed to get moved for Eze to come to Arsenal. I think that's the mandate that they were following. And once Havertz got injured, or once it looked like he had a serious injury, they just said, okay, rather than trying to make two signings, which would be selling Trossard and replacing Havertz, and then signing Eze and another player, we'll just renew Trossard because we value him. We show him that we value him, actually agreeing to the terms that he wants, because I don't think we've offered that this summer before. And then we'll also move for Eze now, because that space that we thought we need to create with Trossard has been created by the Havertz injury. So I don't think it was a financial question. Clearly, it wasn't a financial question. It's a question about number of players that you're using, and having to move players on. I think that's the mandate that we're following. So yeah, I'm very happy. And I don't think, as you said, there were many alternatives to this level of player, this level of financial, deal that is financially responsible, because as you said, he's not on a lot of money. I think the value that he is in the market is probably what we are paying. So we are getting a fair deal. Whereas I don't think Rodrigo would have maybe represented a fair deal. So we would have probably paid quite a lot for someone that hasn't played in a while. And we're also not sure if they're ready to come move to Arsenal. Still seemed like he was holding on to that Real Madrid dream. That side bitch that doesn't understand, like, you're not the mains. Like, so I think there was a few hurdles with that deal. So whereas Eze was waiting for us, hoping that we'd make a move for him, I think all in all, the much better alternative, and also think for us the much better fit. So yeah, and I know people were talking about Lookmans and Fofanas, and I'm sorry, yeah, Lookman is a good player, but please, yeah, like, yeah, I mean that for me, that's not a needle mover per se. And then Fofana, you know, people rate him and whatnot, but please spare me with NPCs. We're not in the year after coming second 3 times in a row signing NPC attackers. That can't be the move. So I was not, even if we were signed.
Some will say we've already grabbed one of them still.
Who's that?
You know who that is.
Who's that?
Chukunonso.
Hey, I'm just making sure, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He does look like a GTA character with that hairband on. But yeah, so all in all, I'm really happy. I think it's very difficult to decipher, you know, what would have happened if Havertz didn't get injured and whatnot. And I'm just gonna say it, yeah. Like, people say Havertz can't facilitate. He clearly can. He clearly can. He gave us the layup. He made this move happen. And if he's back within 2 months, yeah, that soldier serum is real, man. I'm hoping for that because I need him to come jug with these, man. Let Nonzini sit on the bench. Let Havertz come through. Let Eze come through. Let Gyökeres come through. Saka. Trossard can maybe do a little bit. Ethan. I think we got serious firepower in that attack. Serious trouble for teams that we're facing. So really happy with that. I think today was just endorphins because it was doom and gloom. God damn it, it was doom and gloom today. Nah.
No.
When you go back to like what was being said in the group at 7 a.m. this morning to 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. at night. Nah, this is the day. This is the day of great opportunity.
Bro,
Hey, you know what? You know what? Yeah, just quickly. Work pammed me today. Absolutely pammed me today. Yeah. So there's one point where I looked at my phone. I saw 490 something unread messages from the group chat. I said, "Hey, I ain't seen no notification. I don't even know what's going on." I messaged her and said, "Oh, someone, I beg, send me a summary." I knew you man was down bad, didn't it? So the good man, the good brother Leo sent me little heads up to let me know what was going on. But I knew, I said, "Oh, this day is absolutely going to hell." And this was with the news of the Havertz injury. Absolutely going to hell. Oh, it was Members' Day today as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did a little open training session.
Any of you like Members' Day?
I was there. I went. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Man. Yeah, man. So yeah, when you just for context and reference, when you see like 100, 200 messages down in that group chat, you know something's popping off in it. To see that a couple, if I got there like a couple minutes later, I would have hit 500 unread messages. I said, yeah, something's absolutely going on in the chat. So yeah, to hear about the Havertz injury was crazy. And then again, that spun me even more so when I'm thinking about why we done. I'm not gonna lie, Cougs, I had the opposite effect to you. I was not, I was even more infuriated that we'd done the Trossard business in light of the Havertz injury. This is gonna stop anyone else from coming in. But yeah, sorry, slight interjection.
Yeah, Seun, you've been there peacefully waiting in your jubilance, your jubilation. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring you in on this conversation as well, right? Because it is 3 kind of separate pieces of news, but they are all clearly linked, right? So just talk me through, I guess, your headspace today, and then I'll let you open the conversation on the Eze signing itself and what that might actually mean for this team going forward.
Yeah, I was probably number one crash out probably alongside you from yesterday in the chat. I crashed out over Trossard. I thought I knew what it meant. I was like, why are we giving this guy a pay rise? You know, with Martinelli staying, it just means no left winger. So I crashed out then. Then the Havertz news. I saw the Havertz news and I was like, if we get someone, it's probably like a loan, like a Sancho loan, like an Nkunku loan. So I was, yeah, man. I let me not lie to you. The last 24 hours, I have been inconsolable. My wife has said I've not been looking up. I've not looked up from my phone for 24 hours, bro. I have tweeted like 45 times in the last 24 hours, bro. I've been an emotional mess, bro. My missus even wanted me to. I was trying to watch Love Is Blind UK yesterday, bro. My guy, I was not focusing.
Bro,
I
this
was
guy
not
loves
focusing.
shows, man. Jesus,
Hey,
Seun.
listen, yeah. Come on, bro. Listen, that's another convo for another day. But yeah. So I was trying to watch some Love Is Blind UK. I was finding it hard to focus. And then so I've just the headspace is so bruv. And then I was putting my kids to bed this evening, and then boom, I saw the Ornstein bomber drop through. I said, Jesus! I nearly dropped my phone in my daughter's bath, bro. Listen, I had to be so careful, bro. But listen, now, I'm levitating, man. I'm floating because I just think, and obviously it's nothing new. We've spoken about it. We've all said we need further upgrades up top. We need more. To be fair, probably German has probably been the leading proponent on this guy alongside Cougs as well. So we've all been a fan of the player. You know, look, you only need to look at the reaction online. I've always said Arsenal fans never agree on everything, but the fact Arsenal fans agree, every Arsenal fan agrees on Eze. I think that's kind of all you need to know. So I'm elated. I'm elated with the news. Hopefully he plays. There's no injuries or anything, and we just get him through the door and everything's okay, man. So I'm gassed about the signing. Gassed because he feels a need that we need. Gassed because we've dunked on our ops in the process of doing so. And also, this is like a boyhood gooner, bro. Like everyone knows a story about him from when he got released at Halem when he was like 13 and he was crying his eyes out. So like to get it back out the mud, go through the leagues, QPR. He went down a couple, but I remember he played for Wickham, but then he went QPR, then back through to Palace and back up to the position he's in, led Palace to their first ever trophy, well, and the Community Shield as well. So, 2 trophies in the space of a few months that Palace had never won before. And now a move back to his boyhood club at the age of 27. Bro, trust me, stories, man. The way stories should be written. So I'm so gassed for him. I'm gassed personally because I think if a lot of us know he's been Arsenal have told him to wait for this move for a long, long time, and he did hold out, right? I know a lot of us were like, we thought Spurs have got it wrapped, Spurs have done it, but listen, bro, Havertz, boy, swift recovery, my boy, swift recovery.
Listen, so do you know what's funny? This is so interesting. Like this all goes back to March time, and the deadline for Crystal Palace to submit the ownership percentages or whatever, transfer my man John Textor's shares into trust. They missed that deadline. Eze then won them the FA Cup in the final, winning goal. They then are booted from the Europa League. So now they're playing Conference League qualifier on Thursday. And that is the only reason why they did not agree that deal with Spurs already, because they wanted Eze to play in that match. So whoever put the email address as info@Crystal@, CPFC to receive official UEFA announcements, I thank you. I thank you. You see, you ever heard the film Butterfly Effect? Yeah, that is a massive butterfly effect. Yeah, that's what has led to this. Now Eze is going to be an Arsenal player. Yeah, and so, guys, I just want to say, have you seen the film Pursuit of Happiness? Yeah.
Yeah.
You see at the end when he finally lands the job and then he walks into the street, tears in his eyes, yeah, clapping. You know, that is me right now, bro. I feel alive, man. That this is the pursuit of happiness, bro. This is yeah.
You know what the crazy thing about that job is, man? He landed that job in the US. That can get sacked within a week's notice. So man was dropping all them tears. When he could be let go with a week's notice. No gardening leave, no nothing, no annual leave, no nothing. But nah, I hear it. It does. It feels good, man. It feels good. I think the problem is how you get to signing sometimes. That journey, it makes it sweeter because if it had just been straightforward, yes, people would have been happy. But do you know what I love about the transfer market? The jeopardy. It can go right or wrong, and it's going to be definite by the end of the window. There's no going back. So that jeopardy creates, I'm not going to say people are not emotionless, but people are probably less emotional than they were 10 years ago, more numb to things. But the transfer market and football teams can still create that feeling, that excitement. Even though Fabrizio will be telling you everything before it's actually done, but they can still create that excitement. So when you see that bomber come through, it hits different. It hits different, man. And I'm gonna say something, man. I respect Toby, man. But hold that, man. Talking all cryptic shit about we're gonna talk soon. Yeah, we're gonna talk soon, man. We're gonna talk soon for real. And all you bull guys over there, NSO, man, you're all done for, man.
Tell Toes to get that 180 kg up on the bench, bro. Get that up, bro. Let's see you get that up, bro. Get it up.
You say you're not moving weight like that.
You're not lifting heavy enough, bro. You're not lifting heavy enough.
Can you go plate for plate, man?
Yeah, bro. Told you can't go plate for plate. Let's get in the gym, bro. You can't go plate for plate.
Oh, this is spicy.
Goodness me. I'm clipping that up, man. I'm clipping that up.
Spicy,
so,
this is spicy, like the jollof that we're going to be cooking up this season.
Bro, it's Igbo boy season at Arsenal right now, man. It's proper Igbo boy. So we got Madueke, we got Nwaneri, we got Eberechi Eze now as well. So the Igbos are taking over, man. So yeah, it's
you ain't had to go that specific.
No. I'm being specific. I'm being specific, man. The Igbo boys are taking over, man. So they need to fire us.
Excuse me. This is how man was repping Oshiman because he's from the same village as him.
Bro, that's it. Rep your set, rep your set. Yeah. But yeah, let's get into this though. So guys, so where do you see Eze actually fitting in the team, right? Because I assume now Trossard is going to be sort of the Gyökeres backup here. Do we see Eze primarily starting on the left wing? How do we see that playing out? Shabs, I'll come to you for that.
For me, Eze walks into this starting lineup easy. So there's different things that can be done. Certain players got to be careful of their starting berth, but for me, if we're talking about against Leeds on the weekend, Eze starts at left wing. Very easy. If there's an issue with midfield, if Zubi, I heard Zubi wasn't feeling well, but if Zubi's not feeling well, you could drop Rice to 6, and you could have Eze and Ødegaard as left and right 8s, or even a 10. There's different. I think for me, he solves a lot of problems tactically for us, and yeah, man, I am excited to see how we're actually really going to utilize him. But for me, he walks into this team very, very easily and very clearly. And right now, you can't bring Martinelli after that performance on Sunday. You can't bring Martinelli to me and say that this guy is going to be or should be starting games ahead of Eze. Impossible. The only way I'll permit it is if it's like an up to speed thing, getting up to speed. Otherwise, there's no. I'm not having any other reason or justification for it.
Yeah, fair play. And so German, we've done a couple of scouting videos on him, right? And I think you were very keen to have him play off the left. I'm assuming you're still with that.
Yeah. I think that was that has been my left wing dream signing, and I've been saying this for a few months now. I think me and you, Cooks, have wished this into existence after watching the first Eze tapes. I think Seun was kind of coming around to it, but he was still kind of thinking maybe a more out and out winger. But this is what I've wanted. I wanted Eze because I feel like he's comfortable on the inside, he's comfortable on the outside. He has the skills, the versatility to twist games, to do something out of nothing. He's got genuine quality, he's got ingenuity. Man, this is the signing that we needed. I preferred the signing to Rodrigo. I preferred the signing to Leao. I preferred the signing to, whoever we were linked for that left-hand side with. I've always said, for me, if we do the summer window and get Eze, that window is looking very, very positive. And I was still arguing with Mandem in the group yesterday before any of this stuff broke and said, listen, this window is a 6 out of 10 to me right now on face value. Yeah, we have signed 2 starters in Gyökeres and Zubimendi. If we sign the third, and if it's, Rodrigo or Eze, then this window goes to 8 out of 10 to me. And quite frankly, the window is an 8 out of 10 with Eze being done. I don't see how we have not severely strengthened the first team with Eze playing on the left, Gyökeres playing through the middle. TBC how well he does, but he should be scoring goals. Let's keep it serious. And I've used Mendy as a better player than Partey. I think, especially the Partey that we saw last year, and Jorginho. So I think we have upgraded the team. We're strong in defense. We know that we've got Saka, we've got Odegaard, we've got Rice, we've got Saliba, we've got Gabriel, Titans at the back. We can win it all, man. Like, why can't we win it all? This was the final piece that we needed. We need players to stay fit, yes, but we've got what we needed now. And I'm confident the team and the way the team is trying to change playing football as well, being more direct. I'm comfortable and confident that we're going to be a real threat this year. Real threat. And I know the ops know that as well, which is why it's paining them. But we just got to keep doing our own thing, man.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. To be honest, so yeah, Seun. I'm too happy. I don't even know where I am right now, to be honest. So Seun, yeah, talk to me. So, because for me, the way that I see Eze being deployed off the left, it was very, it's like the Super Saiyan version of Trossard, right? If that makes sense. So, like, the interesting thing for me is that we actually see in so many situations where Trossard has been the one to make a difference in some of these games against the deeper blocks, which is why I wasn't necessarily always convinced about, the Nico Williams profile per se, where there isn't going to be, loads of space for someone to run into and, beat someone on with their P&P, for example, right? I've always felt that we needed a kind of a Nasri type, wing fielder type off the left, because, I think there's games like Everton at home where Trossard makes Everton away, I think season and a half ago, where he makes the winning touch off some intricate play off the back of a corner. He's got that guile, he has games like PSG at home last season where we beat them 2-0 in the group stages. And I always felt that maybe that is what we're missing on that left-hand side, right? Someone to really knit it together. So, I'm really happy with what this window looks like it's turning out to be. So, Seun, like, is that something you can see as well in terms of how Eze is going to be deployed, how we use him?
Absolutely, yeah. Maybe 10 sometimes, but yeah, predominantly, as you guys have said, from the left. Like, I know when people, and I've seen so many people, it's funny because a lot of people are now doing 180 because the deal's been agreed, but they were like, I was seeing arguments, we don't need Eze, we need a natural left winger, whatever. But obviously, if we are, how we sort of started to see towards the end of preseason with Rice and Zubimendi as a pivot, that gives space to free up, some of the channels and the pockets a bit for the wide players to come inside a bit more. And I always say, when people are like, he's not a natural left winger, but I'm like, I can't believe you man are saying that. You support a club where you've seen Pires, you've seen Nasri, you've seen Arshavin, you've seen Rosicki, you've seen all of these guys who operate from the left, but have come into the half spaces, can pick up pockets, can link, can drive with the ball, can shoot, can create for themselves, create for others as well. So I don't see why it can't work. It just maybe will, you know, alter the iteration of what we're doing a bit. And I think we've started to see it anyway with, you know, the directness and the verticality we've tried to introduce a bit as well. So yeah, I would hope that Arteta would give a bit more flexibility, the freedom for him to operate within the pockets. I think, you know, sometimes Leo made a good point in the chat, you know, just because Trossard's played on the left, Trossard doesn't interpret the role the same way Martinelli does, for example, and they both normally play from the left, right? So I'm thinking, yeah, he can, you know, play from the left. And obviously I know Palace is a bit of a different formation. They have a back three. He's kind of like a left 10, but he does a lot of actions on the left wing. Do you know what I mean? So it's just that he has the freedom to roam inside and interpret the pocket role as he pleases. And I'd hope he'd be allowed to do that at Arsenal. But fundamentally, what's changing anyway is that we've signed Gyökeres, who is a completely different profile from what we've had on up front. We're signing out Eze, who's a completely different profile from what we've had out wide. So it sort of points to an indication of us changing anyway. We've started to see it. We saw it against United, even though, you know, we had a really bad game, but we saw what we were trying to do, especially in transition. And I think this is someone specifically who's a transition killer, low block killer, mid block killer, his ability to pop up in pockets. But, you know, I often, and I've always spoken about in the last couple of years, lacking X factor. This is a player that doesn't lack X factor, man. I've always said, for me, he's like the most Wenger coded player because he can do a bit of everything. It's funny you mentioned Nasri, right? Because if you do the maths and go back, like, Eze was probably in the academy around the time Nasri was at the club. And I think he said he was influenced by those types, you know, the Nasris, the Rosicki's, the Arshavins. And you can see it in the way he kicks ball, man. He's very much an Arsenal player. And I'm so happy that we've acquired it, man. And even like, if I'm wrong, which I don't think I will be in the prediction in terms of how he's been used, he's just here, bro. Like, for me anyway, talent is the most important thing that matters. You can work the rest of that later in it. So, but I agree. I think he'll predominantly play from the left with freedom to roam inside.
Yeah, fair.
I'm too happy, man. I'm not gonna lie. That left hand side is gonna look crazy with Calafiori and Eze and Skelly on that side.
Yeah,
Bro,
I agree. I agree.
That's exactly where I was going right next, because I think we've needed something to really make that left side pop. And I was literally just thinking about the combination play that we've lacked down that side. Like, you look at the way Calafiori plays, he's always looking to want to play off someone, you know, go for the 1-2s, go for the, you know, the reverse passes off the right foot, the pass inside off his weaker right foot as well, you know, and then look for the quick exchange. And he actually plays very well with Trossard on that left-hand side. I'm thinking about the game against PSV when we won 7-1. They were both running rampant on that left-hand side. I think they got a goal and assist for each other in that match. And I'm very, very much, you know, looking forward to having threat across both sides of the pitch, right? Because I think now you're talking about, all right, yeah, these teams, they're going to try double up on Bukayo Saka. They're going to try double up on Eze. And what that should mean in this sort of newfound style that we're playing with is there's lots of space centrally for players to make runs in, players to be released, players to make those blindsided runs in between the fullback and the centre back to get maybe a reverse pass, etc., on the underlap. And I think this opens up big avenues for us to really attack, right? You think about some of these mid-block games that we have struggled in, someone like Eze, his ability to dribble, carry, beat a man, pass off both feet, shoot off both feet. You know, this guy is a multifaceted weapon. And I think the fit is just so perfect for the club. And it's almost kind of crazy that we seemed to be happy to let him go to Spurs, right? So I do want to talk about that a little bit just before we go on to the listeners' questions, because before the Havertz news broke, the briefings that we were getting for the past, I would say, 3 weeks, is that we were in a position where we had to sell to buy. We were in a position where we needed, you know, Vieira, Nelson, Trossard, who's now extended, Carl Hein, and all of these men to come off the books before we would be able to make a big money move. We were hearing that we're fine on the Premier League PSR, but we're kind of tight on the UEFA FFP. So then now, given the fact that we haven't actually sold anyone, and Havertz is injured, but we're still going to be paying his wages, and we were still able to do this, and the reports I'm seeing is that we've basically matched the release clause. So I'm seeing that it's 60 million plus 7.5 in add-ons, which is essentially the full Palace release clause minus 500k. So all of that, to me, has gone out the window, all of the briefings about that, because fundamentally, nothing has changed for Arsenal financially, but we dropped a body in terms of available players, and they cashed in, cashed out, I should say. They cashed out.
So they kept the powder dry, huh?
Yeah, they cashed out. So, woo! I think now we have to take some of these briefings with a pinch of salt. Personally,
the briefings are not just designed to control fans, also the narrative. I don't think Spurs was coming in until we were ready to make the move.
Hey, so tell him about the 48 laws of power, man.
Bro, I got a couple books here right now.
You never show your hand, man. You never show your hand. 48 laws of power, and I think the briefings. I completely agree with you.
This is the art.
The briefings are a smoke screen.
The art of winning is right here. Principles. Another book. Power. 48 laws of power is right here. Concise laws of human nature is right here.
This guy taking us to his library.
The art of war is right here. You're not meant to show your full hands. You're not meant to. You're not meant to tell them exactly what's going on. There has to be deception. All warfare is based on deception.
Deception. My guy. I was waiting for it.
So, boy, we slapped Spurs' heads. The briefings were out there to confuse them, making them feel comfortable, taking time with that deal.
Hey, when you're near, make them think you're far away, and when you're far, make them think you're close.
Facts. Facts. If I start opening up this book, it's gonna be crazy in here, man.
Don't worry, I already started, bro. I'm through the chapters.
I feel very satisfied, man. I feel very satisfied.
Bro, I told you, I'm ready to go to like a suya spot right now, bro, and just sit there with a star or a stout in my hand, bro, like a proper uncle, bro.
Hey,
I've been fed.
I might sort you out over this weekend, man. I'll see.
Shabs, bring me some suya. Shabs, bring me some suya, bro. Plug it, bro.
My suya, they lace my suya with crack, bro. I'm telling you.
I need a big bottle of Nigerian Fanta. That's what I need, man. With ice.
From the fridge.
I love my Fanta with no ice. I'm acting a fool.
Listen,
I'm telling you, bro.
Listen, I've just been watching compilation videos. I'm on Scout Nation right now on YouTube.
Let me.
The 10-minute ones, the 12-minute ones. I've just been watching Eze do madness.
Bro. And I've watched those videos 100 times, but I'm gonna watch them again.
You know the ones this is already watched. You know the bar underneath is red all the way at the end. They say, "Go back, man. Watch from beginning." I've seen it. I'm seeing it again. Listen, the here we go. The here we go is happened, isn't it? Just whilst we've been recording.
It landed. Here we go has landed. Yeah, this is real endorphins, man. This is actually real endorphins. I said in one of my chats, this is bigger than the Ozil announcement for me, man. Like,
this shit bigger than the Brown, bro.
Whilst we've been recording, I ordered that Eze 10 shirt for my boy.
Let me do that for my son too, bro. My wife is looking at me right now. She's appalled, bro. She's telling me I need to calm down and stop making noise before I wake up the kid, bro. Oh, I'm joking. Hey, bro, she's gonna kick me out the bed tonight, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Let them wake up, man. Let them wake up.
I feel so alive. So yeah, before we wrap up, yeah, we got some listeners' questions. A lot of them, obviously, we know what a lot of them are going to be saying. So Akim Binu, no question. He says, just a request for all my brothers to raise a glass and drink the tears of our enemies, man. I hear you, Akim. That's what we're going to be doing tonight, man. I'm going to be feasting for at least a month on this. At least 1 month. I'll be back in year. I'm not going to lie. I might be back in 1 year. Yeah, just to replay that Tapping Tobes reaction YouTube video, man. You guys,
I've seen Tobes has dropped his YouTube video. I'm going straight to that after this pod, bro. I also need people to send me the Tottenham forums. What are they called, bro? They need to send me the Tottenham forums, the major Tottenham. Wait. How could I forget? Oh my days, that expressions video is going triple platinum, bro. Oh my god, I'm going to overdose. Where's expressions, bro? Where is he, bro? I know he's dropping that ish tonight, bro. Shakespeare is not going to be able to compete with the soliloquies. My man is going to.
Yeah. So, couple of similar questions. Stina Swag and Camtana 25. What type of strain are we using in the Spuds pack, and what are we drinking tonight, man? Listen, I got a Cypher La Soul pack. I got an Ohio V1 pack. I got a Tops 881 pack. I got a Tapping Tobes pack. It comes in all sorts of flavors, man. It comes in all sorts of flavors. I'm eating good, drinking good tonight. We're smoking that New Spurs Order pack right now. Yeah, right now. Fantastic stuff. Nigel Rasta, he says, with Eze set to join, what position do you believe is best for him to play in the Arsenal side? I think we spoke on that one. MB8701, same question. How do we line up with this new addition? Where would he play if Madueke is starting left wing? That's interesting.
Bro, Eze starting, man. It's gonna take. They probably won't start him straight away. They're gonna, probably maybe start Martinelli then the next game, the game after. But Eze's gonna grab that spot. That's. I think we have a lot of options this year as well, so there'll be some rotation. But that's going to be Eze's spot. The big games, we're going to be lining up Eze, Gyökeres, Saka, Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Skelly or Calafiori, Gabriel Saliba, Timber or White, Ryan goal. The team is there. It's clear as day. By the way, your IG post, I like it, man. You're putting good music on that shit, man. The photography looking crisp and everything. I'm going to support you this season, brother. But hold that bench expeditiously.
JK Muku, he says, what do you think of getting an overlapping left back? Might help move MLS to midfield and further helps the Eze left wing fielder dynamics. Sean, I'll come to you that one.
That would be what I'd be looking to do next season. I think I would like to move MLS as part of the midfield rotation next season. I'd move on someone like Marino, for example. If you had Rice, Zubimendi, MLS, and then maybe just Norgard as the backup, whatever, then I'm happy. I'm proper happy, and you get a proper overlapping profile. I think that adds a real level of dynamism. It's not just someone that can underlap as well. And so when I talk about, I'm just talking about someone dynamic, like Calafiori is dynamic, who adds a layer of unpredictability. I think that would be a real. And this is me who hates signing defenders, but that would be a profile I think could really help us, man. Could really, really help us.
Yeah. Okay, so someone asked, AKNMC says, how did an injury to King Kai Havertz open the door to us signing Eze? Were we always going to snatch Eze anyways?
Difficult to say now, man, but it's a son for a son. The sacrifice, my soldier had to sacrifice himself. Well, he'll be back by Jan, hopefully, and we're going to be moving. So difficult to say, to be honest. If we could have got Trossard done in 3 days, and then still could have moved for Eze this week. So we don't know, because we only found out about what Trossard renewal yesterday. And today, apparently this afternoon, they contacted Palace and Eze directly and said we're moving. So Trossard could have been sold if Havertz didn't get injured on Sunday. He could have been sold Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they could have moved for Eze same way today or tomorrow. You know, so it doesn't really mean that we weren't gonna get him. It just the way it happened is the way it happened. So you just gotta take the move, the rough with the smooth. Pause before Shabs interrupts me. But yeah.
FSHR says, what completes this squad?
What completes the squad?
Mm.
Because I think this squad is pretty complete now with the addition of Eze. I think if there's something else, it might be no, because I think Eze does that too. I was going to talk about like potentially a midfield profile, a deeper midfield profile. That's one thing I think is maybe missing, or a flying right back. Those are the two profiles that I think are missing. Yeah, like a flying, like an attacking, ultra attacking right winger, right back. Sorry.
Mm.
I think because I think that's a profile that we don't have, and I think we've kind of got it in the left of our team.
For me, interestingly, I think we just need Ethan and Miles, maybe Dowman as well, to mature a little bit, and then I think we've pretty much got it there personally, right? That and I say that to say, I think Miles in midfield, the profile that he is, would be a great complement to the profiles we've got there already. If you're going to be using Eze on the left wing, I then would probably sign a more traditional fullback, similar to like a Kirkes, one that goes up and down, goes on the outside, gets his crosses in, etc. And without that, I would say you'd sell Martinelli to get a more traditional winger type that can do it out there on the left by himself. But I'm very, very happy with kind of the squad makeup elsewhere in the team. Centre backs, I think I'm calm. Right backs, I'm calm. Midfield DMs, I'm calm. Now Eze's landed, I'm very, very pleased with our options. I don't think we're far off. I think we really have a lot of tools. I said at the top of the window, I wanted a left winger and I wanted an attacking midfielder. I think Eze is kind of, the hybrid. I still would have preferred like a Eze and a Rodrigo. Yeah, but we got Madueke instead. So in the next window, what I would look to be doing is replacing Martinelli and moving Miles into midfield to get another fullback personally. And if I want to be super picky, I'll get a keeper that's like 6'6". But that's like me being super picky because I think Raya's very, very good. Okay. Oko James, he says, how much are you paying an offering this week and how much do we owe Kai Havertz for his sacrifice? That's a funny one. Sean, how much are you paying an offering, boy?
Brother, boy, listen, that basket might get hit up, but listen, my monthly nursery fee is also due this week, bro. So, boy, listen, we're gonna have to balance the books a bit, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro.
Nursery fee ain't no joke. I know he's joking, but I know he's not joking at the same time. I've been there. Listen, nursery fee ain't no joke, bro.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through that. I'm scrolling through to find some actual questions that we haven't answered. J90B, does this top the Ozil deadline day dopamine? Boy, for me it does. I can't lie. For me it does. Mr. K, Gyamfi, where does Eze fit in his team? We've answered that, but the second part of his question is how many goals and assists does he get?
10-10.
Sushi. 10-10.
For the number 10.
I hear it. Shabs?
he took the words right
It's not
from
even a
me.
debate, bro.
Same, yeah. He's double figures goals in the season. He was getting like 7 and 4 in the league and stuff for Palace, and that's not because of lack of creativity at output. He was making it happen, but the team context is really important.
He got 8 and 8 for Palace last year. The year before 11-4. The year before 10-4.
Yeah, so he's hit. Okay, so there you go. He's hitting double figure goals in the league for Palace, in the system, in the way that they play. The way that they play does get close to the box. What we haven't spoke about or accounted for enough of is like he takes a high volume of shots. He's very good at getting his shots off in the box, but he shoots a lot from outside the box as well. He scored quite a few goals from outside the box as well. He's very comfortable shooting off of his right foot and his left foot as well. Well, I won't say very comfortable, but I've seen him score goals off his left foot. He's going to score goals, man, and I think he's going to help us. I think his ability is going to help us with unpredictability, which is what we don't have. His ability is going to help us with attacking dominance. His ability is going to help to create space for himself, but also create space for others. He's going to score and he's going to create. So I think we'll be more dominant as a result. And I think, yeah, man, I think he could. 10 is a minimum. 10's a minimum, basically.
Yeah, fantastic. I'll close with this tweet from Alistair Gold. What a mess. I understand Spurs agreed to Palace's terms today and had agreed terms with Eze. The player was ready to come to Tottenham. Palace hadn't finalised the deal as they wanted him available for tomorrow's European game. Then Arsenal came in late this afternoon, also agreeing to Palace's terms, and the player chose Arsenal due to his connection with them. Another number 10 lost when Spurs thought it was done. Not a good look, spending so long on a deal only for another club to get him within a day. Window that should have delivered so much more than it has by this point. Plenty of talk, but Thomas Frank's squad just isn't strong enough at this point. It's also another public embarrassment in the market. Spurs need to react strongly for Frank's sake as much as the fans.
Poetic.
Inject that right here. That is what this is about, man. Hold that. Yeah. Hold that. Yeah. It's not just about my joy. It's about blood of my enemies, man. So, guys, Eze BOMBA has honestly changed my week. Yeah. Changed the whole outlook of this weekend. I know the Emirates is going to be jumping at like hell.
Bro, Saturday's going to be a mad thing,
on Saturday, 5:30 kickoff, man. Big booster. Big booster. But Seun, Shabs, German, thanks for jumping on. Listeners, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys soon, man. Lock in. Peace.
Bless.
Peace.
Yo. When I spit bars in a rave, man, I go hard, last stand.